Welcome back. We are up to the day two of the Gameplay Kings Cup, and this is qualifiers B. We have Vents in the lobby. We have No Pressure in the lobby. We have MOG Monarchs of Gaming. We have the team of Athletes Gaming. We have Dark Knights as well. So we'll be having a hot draw between Dark Knights and No Pressure. And then we have RS Esports as well. We have the prisoners going head to head up against Vent Esports squad, and then we have Rated Esports, the last squad landing currently at Riverside. So I think we have three boss fights that will soon be happening. Vent Esports. Oh, looks like Vent didn't go to the peak. So looks like something new came up. But then Rated Esports is going head to head against Monarchs of Gaming, and Velex seems to have gone down. Yuri, however, with the double vector, still up trying to catch the grabs of the enemies for his teammates. But right now, it looks like Rated Esports are having the best of it because they are having their full squad. Vicencio, however, is pushing. Not making any foolish moves. Zach almost going down there. A very close one. Monarchs of Gaming are in a very tight corner here. As you see, Yuri doesn't have any long range going to do justice to Rated Esports from his angle. But then it's not looking too good. Let's head over to No Pressure and we'll come back here. Let's see how the battle is going. No Pressure also playing it safe. No Pressure currently also playing it safe against the Dark Knights squad. Nobody down on both teams right now, but then Heads Up trying to make a push with Aeon. MOG tried to make it out of that place. However, Yuri wasn't lucky as he was spotted. Rated Sport get that second knock on the MOG squad. Currently, they are sitting with the highest kill in the lobby, double digits. Sorry, a double kill. That's what it is. Dark Knight is currently making the push on the no pressure. And like Asian enemy 5, they are not under pressure. As they're taking a one man, Dark Knight take down 2. No pressure looks like they are losing it up. 3 players down. This is the last man standing. This is going to be a good night as Dark Knight isn't letting him leave. Another. Oh man, TC coming in with that impressive extra. 3 at 1 point. He wasn't lucky to finish the kill. So sad. No pressure sent back to the lobby as the first team as Dark Knight coming in on top with that solid squad wipe. Unlucky for them, they couldn't make it out of that battlefield alive. Vent, however, pushing into the prisoner squad. Prisoners not fully aware about the vents coming in. I think they should now because I see Lord Rex just spotted someone from the vent squad and I think he's about to alert his teammates. The risks of exposure right now, they will know there's an enemy coming up on them. Vent looking solid here. I beat with the snipers. Layo going 1v2. Oh, on the other hand, Hydra takes one down. Layo misses the best shot, but gets to take over. 3v1. Can Layo make it? No, he's not lucky. There's a 3 from 1 man down from the 2 players. Hydra and Supreme. However, pushing it to make sure they do justice for their man. And there you go. There you go. Hydra. Everything they can. 2 players down from 3 but 1v2, he taking down Hydra the last man standing. Would Hydra capitalize on that? And there goes the steam wipeout for Vent Esports as Hydra comes in on top of that battle. Three solid eliminations going into Hydra at the end of that battle. Two teams out, and we are just at, I think this is the first shrink of the lobby, and we already got two teams. Dark Knights being able to revive Sosquito here on the reach of losing their player. And then you see Frost being fired out League Gaming, going head to head against Rated Esports. Rated Esports not looking like they are having a dominant in this battle as they have lost Ahmad, they have lost Zach. Hades, however, is driving now pushes him in a double vector, which he gets to knock on Sting. And unable to get the finish as he gets pinned to the ground by Zeus. Vicencio, however, still playing it safe for his squad. Nobody knows that Hydra is just waiting. Man is just playing for placement points right now. They've gotten a lot of kills. Now they don't need to get that placement point. Yesterday we saw Valor Esport dominate when it came to the kill points and the whole map. Today we are seeing Atlee Gaming dominating the first map, having over 14 eliminations to themselves. Do we see that come back just like the way the Valor Sport did yesterday? Do they have to back all maps, or then I'm going to see the comeback from Bench or MOG? Or if the Dark Knights then back to the lobby 4v2v1. Dark Knights having a lucky spot compared to Hydra. They decide to go for the fight. Hydra, however, sends back to the lobby, but then Dark Knight takes it. Oh my god! There goes the Booyah! Atlee Gaming coming in on top of a fun victory, guys. And there you go, Atlee Gaming coming in on top with a total of 18 eliminations to themselves. And then we have the Dark Knight squad, the next team in line, having a total of 8 eliminations. Ventis was coming in third with 6 eliminations. There goes the result for map 1. We will come back to the game when we begin the map 2, guys.
Yeah.
on the first map, we saw Atlas came in very so smoothly, and then we could come back towards the end of the map. And he actually worked for them as they bagged a huge number of kills, back the Booyah. Currently, they're sitting solidly at the top where no one can push them off. But then we'll be heading to the second map as you see Venti Sport heading towards the museum. No pressure, however, going towards the turbine. MOG at the museum. PHM, Ali Gaming, sorry. Ali Gaming, Volia, Famtopia. That night at the Intellect Center, and then we have RS Esports currently at the Decker Square. And they're in the fight. Ah, that's the next one. Then they mix the first game, and then they come in the second game and have a very bad second game. I think we saw something like this yesterday when it came to that Red Reynolds squad and the bad first game and then second game or something else. But then let's have about to the athlete gaming side. I think I just saw Lyle from the bench squad get taken down. Liman King Hydra. Wow. What is Vent trying to cook in this lobby? Because I don't get, I'm not seeing the usual Vent gameplay where we see Vents coming up, cooking the lobby, hunting for kills, and then you see someone just moves past Supreme. Why did you pass Supreme? How Vents nice to get the revive? That is huge. Zuri literally 1v3 the guys that landed on the mod site. Oh my days, early gaming is cooking something sweet. However, Nexus Esports, sorry, has been sent back to the lobby by the Dark Knights. By the RS Esports squad rather. They were sent back to the by RS Esports, and it wasn't a very good one because we saw in the first game they didn't show up for the first game. All they had to do was the last three games use it to replace the first game bad score, but then they ended up being the first to get eliminated in this game. Prisoners, however, landed at the mortal runs and they are looking safe. So far, so good. No other actions going on. Everything still playing it safe. Which is what, however, pulling up their full squad back to the game. It's just being pushed up here. Can he get another elimination to add to his team? It's low, so low. That was Hydra. Vlad gets Hydra. Which by the RS squad, he wasn't so lucky as he was put back to the lobby. However, the rest of the athlete squad pushing up towards Vents, but Vents says no, they don't want it. Let's go back to the Dark Knight squad as we see them taking out the prisoners one by one. Rated Esports, however, being jumped up by the MOG squad. As you see, I really the last man standing, and that's only because he got revived back. MOG, however, still has a squad coming up for them. That's the no pressure squad. They spotted them, as you see, Kuda going on, but they decided not to push. Now, this is one problem. When you see an enemy and you decide not to push, let them know where you are. It's one of the worst things that will happen. But then you see, Henson gets Munyak down. Munyak tried to land him. He wasn't lucky. He got pushed upward. Exhaust misses that A124. They let him. This guy is actually getting revived. As you see, Munyak has revives coming back from this guys. Now he has a bad eye view. Yuri, however, trading kills them, getting one down, and Trap goes down as well. But you can't save him because he's explode. Headson's doing OPT for his team right now. CC has been revived, however, Healer taken down. Just take down Bunyak again. Just push out as well. Is that a good move? Why are you running away from a fight, bro? And Bandit sells, low pressure, sorry, sells that battle. And you see coming back on top of that same MG, putting up 8 eliminations just from staying in the museum. Got 2 fights that they dominated solidly. Rated Esports still trying to pick up from where they left, getting their players back and trying to regroup. Emoji sends TK back to the lobby. That sends the low pressure squad out onto the game. They were under lots of pressure by Emoji and it looked like they could not withstand it. That pushed them up to 9. What is happening to Vents? Why are they getting picked up bit by bit? Supreme dead, Hydra dead, and they're getting done by one squad. Actually gaming squad. Lion died there as well. Happy the last man standing. The RS squad going up against the Dark Knight squad as you see one player down from the RS squad. Prisoners also in that same area. Dark Knight's trading one player from both teams. And luckily I bring out those 2 players to the Dark Knights immediately. But then luckily for them, Lodrex isn't in that area. However, the RS Esports squad still trying to observe and analyze the area before they make any solid decisions. Oh, that was the headshot. Their mistakes that one on the Dark Knight squad. Would you get the yes, one down, making the battle 2-0 right now. Pushing for 7. He got the second one. What's this man on? Oh, I see. However, up it up. Dennis with some open blow. Triple kill coming from Dennis. Dark Knight pushing for the revive. They get the revive. So Speedo and Pokey. He decides to hold his ground solidly as he against one man and Dennis. He got another one from Dark Knight. Nice specific blowout. And out of that place. Return is supposed to get to them back to the I think also someone from the was here. Oh, alright, come in play. Yes, so sad. Prisoners Esports has been sent back to the lobby by the rated RX Esports squad, sorry. Looks like the Dark Knights Esports squads are currently the clear leader. They are sharing with RS. In second place, we have the team of MOG coming up with 9 elimination. And there goes an elimination higher than the Dark Knight. Events Esports coming back to stay together. Let's see if this is the comeback we have been looking for from the Vent squad. Rated Esports being picked up piece by piece by the MOD squad, and they have been torn apart and sent back to the lobby as MOD pull up 10 eliminations in this lobby. However, when has to has against the Dark Knight squad, they will able to take out some speed. Hospital being sent back to the lobby. RS, oh my god, Vent dominating the RS esports squad. This is what we've been looking for from the VT squad. We haven't seen much action from them in the map, as they have been picked up several times. They went head to head against anything because they were going solo versus squad, sometimes duo versus squad, and it wasn't looking good for them. But now they are picking up their game, they are picking up their pace, coming back to the lobby, looking solid for them. Maybe we may see a comeback with Obuya in this lobby. Nobody knows. Emoji, however, be receiving shots from behind. Munyak also having zone to deal with. Going down, Atlee gave me the ball is of the Emoji. You can like three and if they go down, they can't get down, you see the unity, you see the teamwork in this thing, everybody moving together. That is what we are looking for. As they take out Yuri, everything picked up piece by piece. They finally came up with their match and it wasn't lucky. Munyak now has a choice of going head to head with two different teams trying to fight. I think that was the best when you have been pressed by Arrows. Oh my god, he just goes down, bro. Not just get the finisher as Hydra comes in, gets him and steals his kill. Everybody sent back to the lobby. Ventus for pulls up with a 6 elimination just at the last minute or the last minutes of the map. RS, however, sent back to the lobby as well. 11 players alive, 3 teams alive. Right now, it looks like the ugly gaming. Sorry, the Disney squad has the best points of the map because they're just beside the squad. I think gaming, however, needs to push in to the Disney squad, the Dark Knight squad rather, to make sure that they get that goal. We're going to see an outlay coming 2v2 because we saw that last yesterday's stream when Valorant squad came. Lio sent down. 3v3. Hydra pushes in, probably going for the revival of Lio and his teammates, not letting a man down. Let's see how well that works for the Fancy Sports squad. Dark Knights being pushed up by the Atlee Gaming squad. Making sure they do not get dated. Atlee Gaming down, leaving the Dark Knight squad to focus on the Fancy squad. But however, changing their course of attack back to the Dark Knights. And was actually in a very good spot right now. And it changed the course of the attack. RCC Supreme, it's not. I think that should be Sting from the Atlee Gaming squad, bringing that to Supreme. However, gets knocked down. Back and blood takes down. The Disney squad is down to a 3v3 situation. Rather 4v3 because the Atlee Gaming squad get their team back to the league. Vent versus Atlee Gaming. Atlee Gaming not having a good one. Like I said at the beginning of the game, we may see a Vent come back in this map, and that is exactly what we have right now. And there goes the Booyah. Vent picks up the base in the middle of the game and come back and yeah, and they come. So Vance pulling up 11 eliminations, coming back after being picked up piece by piece by several squads. They decided to come back together, show us what they are made of, remind us why they are the king of esports in Nigeria, and they dominated once again. DGs as we will be proceeding into the map 3 of today. Alright, guys, we are back to the third map of today. We see Atlee Gaming taking the first, Ben's Esports coming in the second, so it means we're not getting a fourth like we did in the day one. Two maps shared to two different teams. Who is going to take the third map home? It looks like we didn't get any hot drops in this map. Everybody on their own. Okay, I think we may have a hot drop. No pressure versus our rated esports. Possibly. Nah, bro. Tisa, you shouldn't make that push. This is the worst push to make right now. If they are not careful, they may be sent back to the lobby. But then if they are careful, they get a free 4 points. I'm not sure if rated esports squad, however, knows that they are being followed. Now they are away. MOG, however, doing justice there to the that 9 squad. But then we can afford to miss this fight. Rated esports versus no pressure. Nah, no pressure said nah, bye bye. We are taking this fight. This is just early. We've not had a very good game, so we can go for this fight. So they are calling it a quit. However, the emoji is being wiped out, guys. What am I seeing here? They've been bullied by the Dark Knight squad. They took one down and I actually thought they were bullying the Dark Knight squad. Only to come and see that they've been wiped out. So sad. MOG needs to work so hard in their next map if they really want to qualify from the qualifier stage. However, the Vent squad had been bullying the no pressure squad alone. Once we see yet again, we see them trying to go from behind on the rated esports squad. Habib already gets into kill on the no pressure squad, so they are looking good when it comes to kill counts. However, Supreme Hydra and Lio will be making a push on the rated esports squad from behind. Rated esports now aware that they've been pushed up, but I'm making a push. Now, why no? It was my deep push up on this Hydra. No expect to survive. Baby down as well. Tenzo trying to push, get knocked down. Ahmad, however, has to revive for getting up to the level, but Zach knocked down Ben's cooking rated esports. We saw how in the first map Bermuda they went head to head. This same 3v4, but then rated esports were dominant over the Vents esports squad. And right now, Vents has done this around. Ahmad has that night once again going up against the RS esports squad. Ahmad trying to push for the revival of the squad. Would he be lucky? Nah, they don't let him get back to back. He gets one up and down, but then he gets sent back to the lobby. Rated esports also out of the game. Let's go over to the Dark Knights and the RS squad. Looks like Dark Knights is dominating everyone. As they clear out the RS squad, goes to the man that survived, was just revived. They are coming into this lobby hot. 8 elimination just after start of the lobby. Like I said, Atlee Gaming playing a slow and passive gameplay here. Play it slow to the last zone and then you become aggressive. That's the pattern at which we've seen them play in most of the maps we've spectated them. However, the no pressure squad making a revive, making a push for the revive of their squad. As you see, Abdul at one end of a shop, and then Hila heading towards the other end of the shop at Ski Lodge. Full squad back, trying to get things back. Venti Sport picking up the pace. They backed up 6 eliminations in this map. Last map we saw them getting themselves back up with that booyah, a very impressive and incredible booyah. Now we will be seeing them again. Let's see if they can actually pick up another booyah in this game. No pressure coming back to Crossroads, and then you go head to head against the Dark Knight squad. The third seems to go head to head against Dark Knight squad, and they were not lucky. Dark Knight picked up three good teams in this lobby. First, we saw the emoji. Emoji were the most unlucky as they were sent back to the lobby immediately. Thereafter, we saw the RS squad, but then RS squad were able to do a quick revive of their teammates and they came back. Now we are seeing the Atlee Gaming squad being bullied by the Dark Knight. And there you see Sting getting that solid up that is needed for his squad. Will he get a confirmation? Yes, he gets a confirmation, giving his team a triple kill points in this round. However, reviving Spark for Spark to be able to go back and do some quick revive on getting the full squad back. But then it looks like the Dark Knight squad has spotted him and they're about to make that push to him. He needs to be very careful here, or he may get sent back to the lobby. That has spotted him doing some damages to Sting. Sting trying to make a progressive run out of that battle. It's better to survive than to die and then leave Spark alone. However, Dark Knight bullying up this lobby, 11 elimination. Sting makes that a 12 kill count for the Dark Knight squad. So unlucky for him there. And like we said, Spark is the only man left. He may get pushed by the Dark Knight squad. Who knows? If these guys are actually trying to farm for the kill points to get themselves back to the top in this lobby. Nexus, however, trying to see how they can get back all the points they've lost in the last two games. Bench, however, pushing towards the no pressure squad. Habib with the sniper gets 187. Supreme gets the complete. There goes the knock. Abdul Ista. We actually waited for that to happen. Two players out of the no pressure squad are down. It looks like Hila is having a bad network play. Hexor, the last man standing for his team. No pressure, actually under a lot of pressure today. Vince stocking and packing back those kill counts. 8 elimination. If Hexor should get spotted, it would be their ninth elimination. Atlee Gaming, however, were able to get back the revival of their teammate, but then Zeus was looking for that. He got spotted while landing and he got taken out. Hexor's no pressure, however, has lost healers to the zone. Athletes trying to recover. That time, look at the RS squad again. These guys don't want to let anybody breathe. They are farming this lobby. As you see them clean up 13 eliminations. Nexus needs to be careful because the Dark Knight is just behind them. So far, so good. Oh my god, Hexod was spotted and he was sent back to the lobby. 3 teams eliminated. 6 more teams left to push. 21 players alive. Man, that's everything. Fire from the Nexus squad spotted and taken down. They're going up against the RS squad. RS squad wants to make sure they capitalize on this battle. They need those kill counts right now. And it looks like they are going bad for it. 2v4 situation. I'm not sure the RS is fully aware of the number of players right in front of them because they're playing so passively right now and they are not making that aggressive push. Looks like they push out of the field to get a more decent cover and a more decent view on the next squad. However, Daddy has been spotted while trying to make it out of there. Will he get any headshots? Nope. He may be lucky enough to go out of there. Would we never know actually. But then he's in a very hard save zone as well. So he has to be very smart while playing. Johnny however has been spotted and shot down by Ghost. Habib taking down Spark. He came in, engaging with a bench squad. Yes, this is what I've been waiting for to see. Who's going to take that first spot? Because that's what this fight is all about. Venge currently sitting on number two, Atlee Game sitting on number one. Who is going for that number one spot? Dark Knight, however, pressuring the prisoner squad. Daddy being sent back to the lobby. Full Nexus squad eliminated. Venge picks up those eliminations. Team trying to play it safe. But however, he has been spotted by Habib, if I'm not mistaken. Sends out Gmply back to the lobby. BT coming on top. 13 eliminations. This game is either going to be between the Dark Knights and the Venge. Nobody knows, but we're down to 11 players. Or should I cut that words? We're down to 10 players, 3 squad, 4v4v2. Prisoners managing to making it into the top 3 with double kill counts. Why every other team in the top 3 are picking up double digits? Bench trying to play passively right now to see how they can get those knocks. However, the prisoner squad may be coming in from behind. VT Habib gets the knock. Habib back on the sniping there, gets another knock. Then you see that aggressive push there by Supreme going to throw. He has calculated, seeing that he's going one. He has to be very careful right now. And that's a key spot by going to bench. Oh my god! Supreme gets another knock. They've been able to send a prisoner squad. Are we going to see a bench go 2 for 2 in this lobby? One of the questions asked on the Spins Only GC today was who's going to be your top one? And so many people put their bench. And it looks like bench are coming back for that top one space. Dark Knights being pressed up solid by the bench squad. Habib with the sniper. Supreme and Lion doing damages as well. Supreme and Hydra, sorry, doing damages as well. Habib gets another knock. That's -1 for Dark Knight squad. Another knock going down there. That's my Sosquito. Sosquito will be able to play. I guess you know as Bench comes in with a 2 for 2. Yeah, DJ's the Bench. Dark Knight actually put up a very strong and solid game. But they could get into the ending as the Bench squad capitalized on their one mistake, which was splitting from the battlefield. Bench coming in on top once again with 19 eliminations. Dark Knights Esports coming in second with 19 nations as well. Nice one from both teams. And then we have the prisoner squad coming in third with 2 eliminations. RS Esports fourth with 3 eliminations. Atlee Gaming fifth with 3 eliminations. We will be heading to the fourth and the last map of today, which is going to be our Kalahari map. Stay tuned, guys. Alright, over to the final map, which is the map 4 of today. As we have seen Venge remind us why they are number one or amongst the number one teams in the server. Had a very rough first game, so 3-6 elimination, unlike fans. Second game, they pulled a comeback there. At the beginning, they had a bad game, and then towards the ending, they showed us why they were the bench esports squad. And then in the third game, that was the complete domination, as you saw them going into every fight and dominating it. Now we will be going into the fourth game. Let's not forget to mention the winners of the first game at League Gaming. They also actually had a very good gameplay and they dominated to an extent the first two games. But then in this last map, we didn't really see much actions from them. So hoping we see. Now we're talking about the Vent squad. We see them bullying the Nexus esports. Why go to a Vent landing spot? Why want to hot job Vent? Nexus, I mean, they've not had the best of games since the beginning of the tournament. Missed the first game, second game they went out last in the lobby or first rather, and then now they're going up a third game, the fourth game. Nah, this is not a smart move, but then Tayo decided to be the smart one and he left the premises. RS Esports, however, landed after late. After sub, we have the Dark 9 squad. Actually, Gaming also had the command push. They want to take the East of it. They want to take that fence back. Wasn't so lucky for Zeus as he got pushed heavily by Supreme, and Supreme made sure he got those knocked. Oh, I see what they do. They send Zeus to go get the knock on Venge to see how he can get those kill counts. They did it in the second game. Unlucky for them, the third game they couldn't do it because the Venge esport we know is back to gaming. Nexus style, however, pushed him wrongly and he got flushed by the Dark Knight squad that sends them back to the lobby. At this point, I'm not sure they're going to qualify, so GG's to Nexus. Lobby is still quite calm. Looks like the prisoners will be clashing with either the Dark Knights or the RS squad. But then they are one man shot as Killer has a bad network. Yeah, there we go. We just spoke about that clash and we are having it as they have lost one player to the Dark Knight squad. And Dark Knight is not looking like they are giving up. They're pushing the rest of the squad. That is dead, guys. Jack however, is back to the game. At this point, he needs to leave that place or he's going to get squashed. And then you see the RI squad also picking positions. So he landed on the vent squad, giving the vents that kill points they needed. Two players left, being one up heavily. That might steal that kill from the RS squad now. That is the last man standing for his squad. We will be seeing the RS go head to head against the Dark Knight squad. Not sure the Dark Knights know that the RS squad is here. They just know they are pulling another team wipe out prisoner since back to the lobby. RS squad playing it safe. They've done. We'll be having a three-way battle because the Vents squad looks like they are coming into the spy scene as well. Dark Knight loses one man to the RS esports. One of the advantage of losing a player early completely when it comes to a fight you're not so sure of is that it gives your team the chance to still come back. That's if the player lands wisely, your team can still come back to the game with the help of that player. But then when everything just happens like fast, like one, two, three, four, everybody comes back, it's a very big disadvantage for the squad. Vance, however, trying to push cautiously. Hydra almost losing it. Pretty much well, Hydra down. RS Denny takes that knock of Hydra, sends him back to the lobby to spectate. So Spito and the other the Dark Knight squad, sorry, are out of the fight. They don't want to get entangled in that fight. And then you see the RS squad losing two players. There goes a third one. Lyle coming in like the king he is and doing justice to the bench squad, having supporting him from behind with those snipers. At least, however, as usual, playing a calm game here. Dark Knights coming back to the Mammoth, or should I say going for the Arsenal rather. RS getting Alpha Zane back to the game. He's going towards uh the maze to see how he can get the revival because RS retreating from that battle, not wanting to have anything. Then we see the Dark Knight squad. They need to be careful or they're going to get picked one by one. A grappling hook coming in play for the team rated esports. However, pushing for the subs. So far so good. The lobby is looking not too rowdy as we have just two teams out and we've gotten a second zone shrink already. RS recruit and they got their full squad back to the game. So it's 8 players, 17 alive. Just behind the radar spots, we have the no pressure squad. We've not seen any much action from these guys tonight, but let's see how they can dominate in the last map. Sometimes the last map is the most luckiest map for teams. So let's see if they can pull a comeback on this map. It looks like RES maybe getting into some trouble here. Seems like the vent squad has spotted them. MOG, however, engaging in a very hot fight on this field. Habib with some snipers. And there goes Vincenzo down. Zach as well has been knocked down, and it looks like he's going to get completed, unlike Vincenzo. Ahmad trying to cover his team. He is down. They get picked up so easily by Red. I think they're trying to dodge out of there. Emoji, however, facing the tough time. This was trapped again. Second player to go down. Hades being pushed on. He's down there. In there. Oh, sorry. Hydra comes in and gets that knock. Ahmad tried to play the role of a savior, but then is that a white shot to me? 1v2, Vincenzo on his own side, he also has a very tough battle to fight. I guess the saying, he who runs away today may lead to fight another day doesn't apply in this year's squad ran away, but then they had to come against another squad. And then Vincenzo going head to head against Charlie Gaming also engaging in the fight. About Hydra gets that kill, sending Emoji back to the lobby. Like I said, no pressure of picking up their pace in this lobby. Spoke so soon. Looks like they got clapped that. Now they are trying to push away. Headshots, would you be lucky when you're gonna get feet on the air? It looks like you spoke so soon. Have you got that headshot on him? Now Lio is down. 12 players, 11. We got 11 players. 3 teams alive. Ali Gaming now coming in strong. Think, however, has been sent back to the lobby by Hydra, shutting down that silent sniper. He was sniper support he was giving to his teammates. Spark, Vlad, and Zeus just getting revived back. Spark sent back to the lobby by Hydra. Vance Esports going for a 3-4-3. Are we going to see a hat-trick? Who is going to stop the Vance squad? Is the RS Esports, however, looks like they have their full stack of players still in the game. But then they are going head to head against Vance, and it wasn't a lot of fun. British being thrown, but then being backfired. He was not big down again. 2 players down. Vance Esports cooking up the RS squad. I want to see a third man down. Then, but then he's been pushed arrested. Supreme the knock. Supreme been knocked from behind. Nice, did standing strong for his team. He gets the knock on Hydra. I'm going to see a red shot down here. Habib the last man standing with those snipers. 1v2v2. Vance Esports, RS Esports, and Atlee Gaming. Is Atlee Gaming going to get their second booyah? Are they going to share the booyah count between Vance and Athletes? Or is Vance going to get the third booyah? Right now, it looks more of like the Atlee Gaming's game because they have the numbers game, they have the place, they have the advantage. They are just behind them, waiting to see who they shoot out, and then they got past the fight. They already making the shots. But yeah, no knock. 2v1v1. Trying to push in aggressively. Habib using the booster shop strategy. How well we can last. The top. What? Oh my god! What am I seeing here? 2 enemies in one Now they actually put the Atlee Gaming But instead, as Habib gets flat now. 1v1
Oh
because
my
Habib
god.
says now, and it's a 1v1 early game versus RS, but RS is looks like the aggressiveness. However, early gaming having the highest HP right now in the fight. One more stealth punches. One more, and he makes an early game. Oh my god! RS comes in on top as nice spin takes back the player from the early gaming. A great show for the top 15 there. But the booyah goes to the RS esports squad. GG's to them. And this is the last game of tonight. We'll be coming back tomorrow. But again, don't forget to follow Gameplay on all their social media handles as we'll be coming for the Group C tomorrow. Once again, GG's to everyone and good night.
This is how we started, how we ended. There's no time for trying. We collapse together, all fall down while dreaming. This is the end of paradise. So did you hear that? Together, while we're trying to find ourselves with all the motion, breathe in the fire, united. Can you hear the hymn of war crumbling down? Free fire. Free fire. This is how we started, how we ended. There's no time for trying. We collapse together, all falling down while dreaming.